big night in the Champions League.
Massive night.
Do you know what? Did it deliver? Did it deliver what you wanted?
Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off it, mate, because, look, two brilliant sides. Real Madrid showed, I had a lot of people talking on today saying they thought the City would wipe the floor with them. I have to say I thought City would go there and win. Parts of the game I thought City were really good. Parts of it I felt Real Madrid were really good. And it was two very evenly matched sides. I think the draw was a fair result. I don't think it was City's best performance. I think they're going to have to improve, and I think they will. Got to get Haaland involved in the game more. Rudiger was outstanding. Alaba was brilliant. Yeah. Defensively, it's real matchups. Vinicius Junior one side up against Walker. Yeah. You had Carvajal the other side against Grealish. Middle of the park. I thought Rodri at times, his passing I thought was stray, even though he had a big role in the goal. Yeah. I think both teams will be pretty happy, but I think both teams will be looking for a little bit more. Early part of the game, Man City could, kept the ball at 15 minutes, and you heard the crowd whistling. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, they showed their teeth, Real Madrid. They went down that left-hand side, and you thought,
Vinicius Junior, what a player he is.
Mate, he is. He goes from naught to rapid in no time. He is just but it's not just that, Jay. It's the way he controls and manipulates the ball. Rodrigo, what a good player he is. Yeah. I think it's advantage City. Personally, I think the City will take them back to their place, and I think they'll have too much for them. But I think Pep will be looking for a bit more. But you got to remember, we're up against Real Madrid. That's who they're playing. Yeah. Playing the most experienced side in this competition, and they're the holders. They're not going to hand this over. They've got players. They've got players in that team.
I was a little bit disappointed in the game.
Were you?
Yeah, in the spectacle, yeah. I thought the last 20 minutes, I thought it was a bit, boring. Man City were just moving it, passing it around. I thought Real Madrid should have been really going after it, trying to win the game. I thought it was just comfortable. It wasn't a thriller. Semi-final, Champions League, big night. I was expecting more.
It's only half time.
Haaland, I mean, he didn't even have a touch.
No, he didn't.
He didn't have a kick.
No, and partly
Grealish, I was expecting more from him. It was a comfortable result, really, for Manchester City.
I think Pep will be obviously pleased, coming from 1-0 down to go and get, to take it back to their place. It's in the balance. I think City will have a bit too much for him, but Real Madrid, at parts of that game tonight, were excellent. Really good. And there aren't many teams that can do that to Manchester City. There were periods in the second half where Real Madrid were bopping it about, looked like they were going to go and get the second goal. They looked more likely to score. When City did, they looked the more likely, the two sides, to go and get the second goal. And then City would have a problem on their hands. But, they managed. You don't always have to be brilliant. It's about finding a way. And Manchester City last season, over the two legs against Real Madrid, were by far the better side, over both legs, and they got knocked out. So the performance is one thing. They'll be looking for more. But they didn't get beat, and it's back at their place, and I have them favourites to go through. Now I think they'll have a bit too much, but Pep will be wanting to get Haaland involved in that game more.
I think Vinicius scares them, though. I think Vinicius scares them. Well, I think Real Madrid are very comfortable to play away from home. You've seen them, come and destroy Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, of course they are.
I don't think they'll be worried about coming to the Etihad.
No, of course they won't be worried. No, these guys.
And I think tonight they were they were in. Both teams were in second gear. I don't feel like they both really went after it. I think, yes, Manchester City are probably favourites going into next week because they're at home. Yep. But to say Man City are going to go through this tie easily, I disagree.
No, I don't agree with that.
I think when Real Madrid have to turn it on, they find a way. And what I saw tonight was that Rodrigo, Benzema and Vinicius Junior scare Manchester City.
Yeah, they did. And either side down that, either flank, they looked, and City defended for parts of it quite well. But you got to remember, Jay, these are the holders here. That is not a bad result. Performance-wise, I'm going to give City a 7 out of 10. It wasn't stellar. Parts of it they were good. Parts of it I felt Real Madrid were good. It was an even match. It draws a fair result.
What are you giving Haaland? What's his player rating?
Well, I don't know how many times he touched the ball. And there was one chance. So Alaba puts in a brilliant challenge on the left-hand side in the second half, early part of the second half. That was the one chance that he had. But we know from watching every single week in the Premier League, he can be quiet for 90 minutes, mate, and that 1 minute in extra, that's when he come up and he can deliver. So, look, I think City fans would have wanted a little bit more, but you're away at the home of the Champions League holders. Yeah. And these guys have been doing it for years and years and years. Yeah. Some of these guys have got 4 or 5 winners' medals. Yeah. So, look, it's It's okay.
It's in the balance.
It's okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's okay. But I think at their place, I think City will have too much.